there is to the assertion. He's refusing to fight because everybody wants him to fight this guy, and this guy disgusts him so much, he doesn't want to give the guy the privilege of being in the octagon.
He didn't not fight Tom because he was scared of Tom. Okay.
Understood that Tom Aspinall is the guy that is tearing through the heavyweight division in a way that we've never seen.
Well, you hate Tom Aspinall, but you're 38 now.
John Jones just shocked the entire MMA world. He turned down the Tom Aspinall fight everyone thought was locked in. While Aspinall is out here destroying everyone and ready for war, John suddenly retires out of nowhere.
John Jones officially retired on Saturday, capping one of the greatest careers in UFC history. People are saying that Jones retired because he's ducking Aspinall.
Nobody saw this coming, the so-called GOAT stepping back right when the biggest challenge of his career showed up.
Everybody, Dana White came to me and told me, look, Aspinall wants that guy.
Nobody saw this coming. John Jones just walked away from the one fight the entire world was begging for. The UFC was ready, Dana White was ready, Tom Aspinall was locked and loaded, and fans were already calling it the heavyweight fight of the decade. And John, he drops a sudden retirement bomb like it's nothing.
I believe it's about John Jones truly not wanting to take this fight. And DC already said it. I texted the group chat. I said, John Jones ain't ducking no smoke.
This wasn't just any fight. This was the GOAT versus the Young Lion, the clash everyone wanted to see. Tom Aspinall is wrecking everything in sight, knocking out heavyweights like they're sparring partners, and this was supposed to be his moment to take out a legend. But John? He stepped back, and the internet exploded.
I think it's a great
two
fight.
wrestlers, man, that have hands.
I think it's a great fight. And in most instances, whenever you have two guys that can wrestle, you end up seeing striking. Who's going to be better in that realm?
Fans aren't buying the excuses anymore. Was John protecting his legacy, avoiding the new king, or just playing his own game? Whatever it is, one thing's clear. Tom Aspinall is ready for war, and John Jones just lit the fire.
Tom Aspinall is willing to make this happen. This ain't some promoter stopping this. This is the actual fighter who is universally recognized as one of, if not the greatest ever, that doesn't want to fight.
Let's be honest. Tom Aspinall isn't just winning. He's dismantling careers. Fast, ruthless, and technically flawless. He's tearing through the heavyweight division like nobody else. Every time he steps into the octagon, it's the same story. Another top contender gets smashed.
I'm not the best boxer in the world. I'm not the best grappler in the world. I'm not the best wrestler in the world. I've not got the best fitness in the world. I'm not the strongest guy in the world. But put it all together, and as a collective, I do that.
Analysts call him the most complete heavyweight of this generation. Lightning-fast footwork, knockout power in both hands, and world-class grappling to back it up. He doesn't need trash talk or drama. His performances do the talking.
Hello, John. I have nothing against you personally, but I just think I'm better than you. I just know that I can beat you in a fight, so I'm coming for it.
And that's exactly why fans wanted Jones versus Aspinall. This wasn't just another title defense. It was supposed to be the clash of eras, the hungry, dominant young champion against the man who once ruled the sport. But instead of a war, we're left with John Jones stepping away while Tom stands tall, ready to take on anyone.
When you want to see it, Dana White is willing to make this happen. Tom Aspinall is willing to make this happen.
This was supposed to be the fight of the decade. The UFC cleared the way, Dana White pushed hard, and Tom Aspinall was ready to go to war. But John Jones? He walked away. Just like that.
If John works out that for his next fight, he's going to get $10 million.
And here's the kicker. Money wasn't the problem. The UFC reportedly put $10 million plus pay-per-view points on the table. John agreed to the numbers, Madison Square Garden was waiting, the hype was unreal, and he still said no.
DC, obviously you were one of his biggest rivals, but a lot of people are saying that Jones retired because he's ducking Aspinall. And we know that if we know anything about Dana White, he's not going to let him hold up the belt.
Now fans are furious. Social media is flooded with claims that Jones ducked Aspinall, and honestly, can you blame them? Aspinall is at his absolute peak, destroying everyone, and this was John's chance to prove he's still the king. Instead, he chose to step back, and the MMA world hasn't stopped talking since. The GOAT is now being accused of dodging the one man who could expose him. And whether John likes it or not, that's the storyline the entire MMA world is running with.
So John said I need to fight more champions, but this is the problem I've got. John is the champion and he won't fight me. And he says that he won't fight me because it's too much of a gamble.
While Jon Jones backs away, Tom Aspinall keeps moving forward. He isn't wasting time chasing Jon. He's focused on smashing whoever's next. In fact, Tom has already confirmed he knows his next opponent. And here's the reality. It's not Jon Jones. He even called it the toughest fight of his career. But that's exactly what makes Tom dangerous. He respects every challenge and prepares like his life depends on it. Whether it's Cyril Gane or anyone else, Aspinall is locked in, ready to defend his throne.
Aspinall to me is no difference than an Owen St. Prude or Dominic Reyes or Anthony Smith. You're like just another up-and-comer that's exciting right now. And I'm not into gambling my legacy for what's exciting.
And John, if you're not into gambling your legacy, that to me sounds like you're scared of losing against me.
Then something nobody saw coming happened. Jon Jones shocked the world by suddenly announcing his retirement. But here's the twist. He didn't just retire. He played the entire MMA world. One moment he's walking away from the division, and the next, he's back in the USADA testing pool like nothing ever happened. Seriously, what is Jon doing?
Jon Jones officially retired on Saturday, capping one of the greatest careers in UFC history. Jones relinquishes his UFC heavyweight belt and finishes his career with a UFC record 16 title fight wins and is one of 9 fighters to win UFC titles in 2 different.
To fans, this doesn't look like retirement. It looks like a stall tactic. While Jon keeps buying time, Tom Aspinall is destroying everyone and climbing higher with every fight. And let's be real, the longer Jon waits, the worse this looks. The so-called GOAT is starting to look like a man dodging the one name he can't escape.
What do you think about Jon Jones picking his fights?
Aspinall is very talented.
Tom Aspinall isn't just another contender. He's Jon Jones's biggest nightmare. Out of his last 7 UFC wins, every single one ended in the first 2 rounds. No decisions, no judges, no debates, just pure destruction. Take Alexander Volkov, for example. Aspinall didn't just beat him, he submitted him in under 4 minutes, dismantling one of the toughest strikers in the division. And then there's Curtis Blades, one of the strongest wrestlers at heavyweight. Aspinall knocked him out cold in just 1 minute, 46 seconds of round 1. These aren't easy fights, but Tom is making elite opponents look ordinary.
I couldn't imagine losing to him. Well, you hate Tom Aspinall, but you're 38 now. You're 38 and you've lived a little bit of a harder life, and you're like, man, do I really want to go to this place to beat this young guy?
At just 30 years old, Tom's entering his prime, sharpening every weapon and getting faster, stronger, and deadlier with each fight. Meanwhile, Jon Jones has been inactive for over a year and is creeping toward 38. The longer Jon delays, the steeper this mountain becomes to climb. For Dana White and the UFC, this isn't complicated. The only fight that makes sense is Jon Jones versus Tom Aspinall. The UFC cleared the schedule, opened negotiations, and even put $12 million plus pay-per-view points on the table. Everything was lined up: the venue, the hype, the headlines.
And now Dana White has always allowed Jon Jones to move with this freedom through the UFC.
Dana has made it crystal clear behind closed doors. If Jon comes back, it has to be against Aspinall. There's no bigger draw, no bigger payday, and no bigger storyline. And hey, if you're loving this breakdown, smash that like button, subscribe to the channel, and turn on the bell, because this rivalry is getting spicier by the second.
He said all kind of crazy shit. He said he's gonna beat Jon Jones.
And here's the thing, Tom Aspinall wants this fight. He's publicly said he's ready to test himself against the best. The UFC wants it, Tom wants it, the fans want it. The only one hesitating is Jon Jones. For over a decade, Jon Jones was untouchable. The youngest UFC champion in history, 16 title fight wins, and a career that made him the undisputed GOAT. But legacies don't stay frozen in time.
And I will say something about Tom. His lateral movements, he's a real heavyweight.
But
his fakes, his feints.
While Jon sits out, Tom Aspinall is rewriting the heavyweight story. Every knockout, every submission, every dominant finish pushes Jon further out of the conversation. The sport is moving forward, and Jon's absence is starting to raise more questions than answers.
We found somebody who's 7 years younger than me and 30 pounds bigger than me. Like, we finally found someone who may give me a great challenge.
Fans aren't debating Jon's past greatness anymore. They're asking the one question Jon can't escape. If you're the GOAT, why won't you face the one man everyone thinks can beat you?
I just spoke to the boss man. And who wants to see Tom Aspinall versus John Jones?
Tom, that would absolutely be the fight that the world wants to see.
Tom Aspinall doesn't just fight. He prepares like every opponent is the toughest of his career. As he puts it, it doesn't matter if I'm number 1 or number 100. The guy I'm fighting next is the most dangerous guy I've ever faced. And now, Tom's frustration is boiling over. He was ready for the biggest fight of his life against John Jones, but John backed out and left him hanging. That only made Aspinall angrier, hungrier, and more determined to keep dominating until Jones had no choice but to face him.